Becoming a professional over-the-road truck driver requires getting your commercial driver's license, CDL. To obtain your CDL, you'll need to first get your commercial learner's permit, CLP, and to do that, you'll need to pass 3 written tests at your local driver's licensing office. There are 3 different tests. 1. CDL Practice Test General Knowledge. 2. CDL Practice Test Combination Vehicle. 3. CDL Practice Test Air Brakes. Commercial Driver's License. Practice Test, General Knowledge. Question: what is the best way to figure out how many seconds of following distance you have? Option number 1, get 1/4 closer to the car in front of you, then back off again. Multiply how long this took you by 4 for following distance. Option number 2, wait until a vehicle passes a shadow or landmark and count the seconds until you pass it. Option number 3, text a friend and tell them to text you back in 10 seconds and see how long that seemed to take compared to how far you traveled. Option number 4, use the stopwatch on your phone to try to determine how long before you reach a mile marker after the car in front of you appeared to reach it. The answer is option number 2. Wait until a vehicle passes a shadow or landmark and count the seconds until you pass it. Question: what are some of the important parts in the steering system? Option number 1, mainspring, axle, spring shackle. Option number 2, tie rod, spindle, pitman arm. Option number 3, rim, lug nuts, tire. Option number 4, leaf spring, vehicle frame, torque rod. The answer is option number 2, tie rod, spindle, pitman arm. Question: you should place the starter switch key into your pocket while you are performing the pre-trip inspection because? Option number 1, someone could steal the truck. Option number 2, someone could start and move the truck. Option number 3, it could damage the starting mechanism. Option number 4, all of the above. The answer is option number 2, someone could start and move the truck. Question: you should inspect wheel bearing seals for? Option number 1, leaking. Option number 2, broken leaf springs. Option number 3, twisted axles. Option number 4, tears. The answer is option number 1, leaking. Question: what is a vehicle inspection report? Option number 1, a report written by the vehicle owner that notes the condition of the truck and any items that may need to be repaired. Option number 2, a report you receive after you have the vehicle serviced. Option number 3, a signed statement that says you checked the vehicle that day. Option number 4, a report written by the driver that notes the condition of the truck and any items that may need to be repaired. The answer is option number 4, a report written by the driver that notes the condition of the truck and any items that may need to be repaired. Question: while driving, where should you be looking ahead of your vehicle? Option number 1, straight forward at all times. Option number 2, toward the left side of the roadway. Option number 3, toward the right side of the roadway. Option number 4, both far and near, then back and forth. The answer is option number 4, both far and near, then back and forth. Question: which of the following is the best way to see the rear and sides of your CMV? Option number 1, use rear view cameras. Option number 2, use your mirrors. Option number 3, roll down your driver's side window. Option number 4, roll down your passenger side window. The answer is option number 2, use your mirrors. Question: during which of the following situations should you have your emergency four-way flashing lights on? Option number 1, driving during a severe storm. Option number 2, parked by the side of the road. Option number 3, crossing railroad tracks. Option number 4, none of the above. The answer is option number 2, parked by the side of the road. Question: what is the method for testing hydraulic brakes for leaks? Option number 1, pump the brake pedal 5 times and apply firm pressure for 3 seconds, the pedal should not move. Option number 2, pump the brake pedal 3 times and apply firm pressure for 5 seconds, the pedal should not move. Option number 3, hold the brake down for 5 seconds and listen for leaks. Option number 4, move slowly forward and step on the brake hard. The answer is option number 2, pump the brake pedal 3 times and apply firm pressure for 5 seconds, the pedal should not move. Question: in safe driving, what does communicating mean? Option number 1, using hand signals. Option number 2, letting others know you are there by using turn signals, four-way flashers and horn. Option number 3, using a CB radio to let others know your intentions. Option number 4, none of the above. The answer is option number 2, letting others know you are there by using turn signals, four-way flashers and horn. Question: while driving, the 2 main things a driver should look ahead for are? Option number 1, detours and emergency personnel. Option number 2, gas stations and rest stops. Option number 3, overpasses and upcoming tunnels. Option number 4, other vehicles and traffic signs. The answer is option number 4, other vehicles and traffic signs. Question: when stopped on a hill, what is the proper procedure to start moving without rolling back? Option number 1, partly engage the clutch before you take your right foot off the brake. Option number 2, put blocks behind the tires. Option number 3, increase engine RPMs and let the clutch out quickly. Option number 4, leave the trailer brakes on and drag the tires, releasing the brake after you are moving forward. The answer is option number 1, partly engage the clutch before you take your right foot off the brake. Question: why is it important to check before you transport a sealed load? Option number 1, that the seal numbers and the placard numbers match. Option number 2, that the seal on the load is authentic. Option number 3, that the load is properly balanced and secured in the vehicle. Option number 4, that the seal on the load is secure. The answer is option number 3, that the load is properly balanced and secured in the vehicle. Question: how many seconds does it take for a normal tractor trailer to clear a double track? Option number 1, 14 seconds. Option number 2, more than 30 seconds. Option number 3, 10 seconds. Option number 4, more than 15 seconds. The answer is option number 4, more than 15 seconds. Question: when a driver's blood alcohol concentration, BAC, rises, which of the following happens? Option number 1, coordination and muscle control are affected by the alcohol. Option number 2, self-control and judgment are the first processes affected. Option number 3, the drinker's brain is increasingly affected by the alcohol. Option number 4, all of the above. The answer is option number 4, all of the above. Question: when going down a long, steep downgrade, what factors determine your selection of a safe speed? Option number 1, total weight of the vehicle and cargo, length of the grade, steepness of the grade, road conditions and weather. Option number 2, total weight of the vehicle and cargo. Option number 3, total weight of the vehicle, steepness of the grade and weather. Option number 4, length of the grade and steepness of the grade only. The answer is option number 1, total weight of the vehicle and cargo, length of the grade, steepness of the grade, road conditions and weather. Question: which of the following are some suspension system defects? Option number 1, cracked or broken spring hangers. Option number 2, leaking shock absorbers. Option number 3, broken leaves in leaf spring. Option number 4, all of the above. The answer is option number 4, all of the above. Question: what are the 3 types of emergency equipment you must have with your vehicle? Option number 1, fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, warning devices for parked vehicles. Option number 2, flares, fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses. Option number 3, warning devices for parked vehicles, first aid kit, flares. Option number 4, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, flares. The answer is option number 1, fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, warning devices for parked vehicles. Question: is it true that as long as the engine is not overheating, it is completely safe to remove the radiator cap? Option number 1, yes, as long as there is no overflow. Option number 2, yes. Option number 3, yes, as long as the radiator isn't damaged. Option number 4, no. The answer is option number 4, no. The answer is option number 4, no. Question: what is the greatest amount of play that should be in your steering wheel? Option number 1, 1 inch, 10 degrees. Option number 2, 5 inches, 5 degrees. Option number 3, 2 inches, 10 degrees. Option number 4, none. The answer is option number 3, 2 inches, 10 degrees. Question: if brakes get wet, it can cause them to. Option number 1, apply unevenly. Option number 2, fall off the vehicle. Option number 3, rust immediately. Option number 4, all of the above. The answer is option number 1, apply unevenly. Question: what is the minimum number of tiedowns a flatbed load can have? Option number 1, 3. Option number 2, 2. Option number 3, 1. Option number 4, there is no minimum. The answer is option number 2, 2. Question: what might happen if you swing wide to the left before you turn right? Option number 1, someone might try to pass you on your right. Option number 2, someone might try to pass you on your left. Option number 3, you might damage your leaf springs. Option number 4, all of the above. The answer is option number 1, someone might try to pass you on your right. Question: which of the following is true about over width, over length, or overweight loads? Option number 1. Such a load requires a special permit. Option number 2. Such a load can only be driven in the daytime. Option number 3. Such a load must be escorted by the police. Option number 4. All of the above. The answer is option number 1. Such a load requires a special permit. Question: in which of the following circumstances should you make use of your vehicle's horn? Option number 1. When a car is in your vehicle's way. Option number 2. When you are planning to change lanes. Option number 3. When you observe an accident on the road ahead of your current position. Option number 4. When using the horn may help you avoid an accident by calling attention. The answer is option number 4. When using the horn may help you avoid an accident by calling attention. Question: what is the reason to be in the proper gear before starting down a hill? Option number 1. Because the clutch is made to be used on even surfaces. Option number 2. You will not be able to shift into a lower gear once you are going down the hill. Option number 3. Because you will need to be in the same gear at the bottom of the hill. Option number 4. There is no need to do this. The answer is option number 2. You will not be able to shift into a lower gear once you are going down the hill. Question: an anti-lock braking system will. Option number 1. Shorten your stopping distance. Option number 2. Increase a vehicle's ultimate stopping power. Option number 3. Keep your brakes from locking up when you brake hard. Option number 4. Allow your brakes to lock only when braking hard. The answer is option number 3. Keep your brakes from locking up when you brake hard. Question: the minimum tire tread depth for front tires is? Option number 1, 4 by 32 inch. Option number 2, 1 by 32 inch. Option number 3, ½ inch. Option number 4, 3 by 8 inch. The answer is option number 1, 4 by 32 inch. Question: 2 causes of tire fires include? Option number 1, underinflated tires and duals that touch. Option number 2, hot brakes and underinflated tires. Option number 3, underinflated tires and poor retreads. Option number 4, duals that touch and road debris. The answer is option number 1, underinflated tires and duals that touch. Question: Which of the following are correct methods for knowing when you should shift up? Option number 1, road speed and engine speed. Option number 2, wind speed and shift indicator light. Option number 3, every 3 to 5 seconds and road speed. Option number 4, road speed and shift indicator light. The answer is option number 1, road speed and engine speed.